Ibadan, Oyo State, Nigeria. The time is 3 p.m.
100.7. 100.7. 100.7.
Melody.
100.7.
From deep and out. It's a smashing ball, it's Martins!
Josie Yobo, Google.
And it's just out to the boat!
Odesi.
Sensational. What a wonderful finish! That is the most embarrassing own goal. Oh, what a goal! But something out of nothing. He struck it sweetly. And does he ever score ordinary goals? They're all copybook stuff.
Right, when you hear the tune like this, you know it is time to get in on the sports segment of the beautiful program for Saturday again. And it is a complete sport on this beautiful, beautiful Saturday afternoon. Of course, you know how we do it every Saturday. It's strictly complete sport. Is 100.7% of sports on your radio. Still basking in the euphoria of the celebration of the 1-year anniversary of Melody 100.7 FM. All activities ongoing in a superb style. You can't touch it, you can't feel this one. Of course, that's what we've been doing. It goes on and on and on, and we continue that way. Of course, also basking in the euphoria of a year older, yes, a year older celebration of Eniola Afolabi, the sports marshal, the general manager of the station. And you can see that everything has to sengemenge because celebrations galore here and there. So happy birthday to Eniola. Wishing you very long life in good health and prosperity. All you wish for yourself, we wish you even much more. God bless you with wisdom, and of course all you need to steer the ship and get the gang going, and that's how we represent. So welcome to the show on behalf of the team here. The finance is here. My name is Richard, and let's get sporty again this afternoon. Not here alone as always. For Bola Igufem in the building, and of course it's already, what I'm seeing is ready for Yosba guys on Saturday, on Tuesday. Yosba guys are in trouble.
Yeah, in trouble.
Did you train this morning?
Yeah. Just jogged.
They're in trouble.
From tomorrow, I'll start using the ball.
They're in trouble. I heard Babatunde Said was saying earlier, when I was on my way here, I bumped into him and he was saying, Melody FM will hear it. I said, see this guy, all of these people with big stomach want to come and do my boys dirty. It's not possible. So Yosba guys, be ready. Bobola is going to be unleashed on you guys. Even though Daniel has been making some, I don't know. I'm yet to know. I cannot trust. According to Wally, I should know. Guy, Mama, trust Daniel. So I don't want to trust Daniel yet. But that's what Wally said to me yesterday. Said, no, for Bobola, everybody gives. He's showing you that, they are giving me the assurance of, no, for Bobola, you can trust Bobola. The only person that told me not to trust Bobola happened to be Daniel. And it's the one people are telling me not to trust. So where do we take this?
This is so funny.
I'm telling you. The only person that doesn't trust Bobola is the one that people say I should not trust. Oh my God. It's good. So we'll definitely, represent big time. Yosba guys, they are ready for us and also be ready. Of course, yesterday the general manager went to the five-a-side pitch at Agodi, and he went to spray some things there. So spraying some things there means that Usbag guys are in trouble because their legs, they will not be able to move the ball that day. Okay, so watch out, watch out. Once again, welcome, Babola. Welcome to the show.
Good afternoon, fighters. Good afternoon to all our listeners. It's nice to be on the program today. This is Complete Sport. We take you around the world of sports. It's nice to be on the program today.
Most definitely. Don't forget, 4 o'clock, we have the sponsor segment where we call it the Bet Naija segment. And because the other side of Bet Naija segment, we get straight into all of the actions happening here and there. We call it the action attraction. A big match on our hand this weekend. Tomorrow, 5:30, Manchester United. And of course, the leaders, Arsenal. Let's see where that will go. But let's begin this way. This man, Eddie Hearn, he's told the world that, look, if you're expecting Anthony Joshua to return to the ring, given after all the accident he had in Nigeria before the Christmas, before the New Year, you should just forget about it. Because when people started seeing Anthony Joshua, they saw him, he started training and all that. They felt, okay, this guy is coming back little. He said he's just trying to train to be mentally fit, to remove all of the troubles in his heart concerning the death of Lars and Gam. But for going back to the rings, they should forget about it. He might never come back again. And he gave a reason that people that have experienced such a thing in the past, they hardly return. Because once you return to the ring, especially for these two guys who are so close to Joshua, they used to be by his side in the ring. So if he's going back to the ring and wants to box, won't he remember about them? And once he remember about these guys, their memory will just lingers into his head. And you know what? He might just be losing anyhow. Yeah. That's what he's saying now.
These two guys that died, they are his close friends. Just like you said, Sina Gami and Latif. It's called Latif, but it's Lats. Yeah. So they are his close friends, and you know, he was having a fantastic run when he had that fight with Logan Paul. He came to Nigeria just to have a time with his friends and even family, and to just have a fun moment with them. And that sad incident happened, which happened to kill 2 of his friends, those his close friends. That's Lats and Shinogami right there. And for Anthony Joshua, he just sustained minor injuries, and he had to travel back to the UK. And so far, so good. I mean, for people that have had calls with him, said he's undergoing what's this thing called? Just trying to get himself together. Exactly. So he's trying to get himself together. It's not necessarily, it's not necessarily going to the gym to prepare for a bout. He's just trying to get himself together. You know, some of those bodybuilders, for fighters, even for athletes, the things that they do to get themselves together is, I mean, go back to the gym, have fun, just to get refreshed. Because I have a friend who is a bodybuilder. He likes to, he says that bodybuilding makes him, or going to the gym makes him feel sane. That's the same way for some of these boxers, because they are used to using their strength. So many people might see pictures of Anthony Joshua. It still doesn't mean that he's having that preparation to get back to the ring. And honestly speaking, the psychology effect is going to affect him. I mean, we are humans after all. Exactly. Imagine coming with your friends and you lost 2 of them, and just only you survive. Even what would people say? This is in Nigeria where
they would have said
exactly. Thank God they are from the UK. Maybe they are not from Nigeria. Anthony Joshua, he just has Nigeria background. He didn't grow up here. He grew up right there in the UK. So many people cannot attribute all of that to him because they know that, I mean, it wasn't his fault. So for Anthony Joshua, I've always said that he should even call it a quit. After the fight with Paul, I don't think he can get a major bout. The only person that can't get a major bout is Paul, because in terms of promotion, some of these top boxers, they are even going into extinct. For Deontay Wilder, who has not been informed, he would need something that will get him to the face of people. And who can get him? That's Paul.
Jake, right?
Yeah, Jake Paul. Yeah, that can get him to the major scene. For Anthony Joshua, it's still just going to be all those professional bouts. He's not going to take him to the world scene, because Paul is a YouTuber and he's also a streamer. He's in the eyes of so many people on YouTube. He's popular. So, and it's going to be a big bout in that phase, because people will be like, oh, you faced Anthony Joshua before. Now this is another person. Maybe you can show that you can prove yourself against Deontay Wilder. So many of them will not want to go for Anthony Joshua. And for me, after the bout, I felt like he had made a lot of money. So just call it a quit. Honestly speaking, I just have.
So you support people that feel you should just forget about it?
You should just call it a quit. Age is not even on the side. Fine, boxers can still box till maybe 38, but Anthony Joshua is about 36 years.
36, yeah.
So, I mean, what's he still looking for? And this major issue then, sometimes, let me just try to even go spiritual. In this case, sometimes certain events will just try to let you understand that maybe it's high time you just forget about it. So for Anthony Joshua, he's paid his dues. He's been in the game for a long time. 2008, he won his Olympic gold medalist. I mean, he has paid his dues. Let him just have time to rest with his family and enjoy the rest of his life.
Well, let him have time to rest. Bam Bam is also supporting those who are saying there's no need going back to the ring. We're still talking boxing now. Let's quickly talk about the Vice President of the Nigerian Boxing Board of Control, NBBOC. His name is Prince Adetoye Olofin. He has stirred a controversy now. And what did he say? He said in the 60s, boxing within the 60s and 70s into the 80s and 90s were much more interesting and entertaining than now. And I said I was going to ask. I wish I had with me this on the show. I would have had an old school boxer and a new school boxer to be able to tell us. But for someone who's been following this sports thing, Bamba, boxing 60s, 70s to 90s. Can we compare it to what we have now?
Well,
in terms of entertainment and.
One thing about sport is those that have done it in the past, they are always regarded as legend, irrespective. Now, the new guys, in every angle of sports, just because they are still in the face of people don't give them plaudits. I remember when the sports marshal was there and I was talking about players in the past, and I said, the likes of Mo Salah, it's because you are still seeing them day in, day out. But what they are doing is fantabulous. He's the current highest goal scorer highest goal scorer from Africa in the Premier League. Yeah. People are not seeing that. I'm just trying to deviate to football just to make it understandable, for people. So for the recent generation, definitely I'm from the recent generation. I didn't see the past, but the likes of Muhammad Ali, they were the one that paved the way for the younger generation. Exactly. So for me, that's where the respect is all coming from. And right now, there's money in the game. Prior to now, it used to be all about pride. For somebody like Muhammad Ali had to fight with the US. He said he didn't want to go to the army. All those things are all about pride. But right now, it's money that is playing a major factor. That's what people are most concerned about. So the money factor has made it look like these guys are not competitive. So there are certain influences that really happen. So the early generations, they didn't have they didn't have so many glamour, they didn't have that time to make so much money, and people were just noticing what they were doing. In fact, it was just the greats, the winners that were being promoted, the winners were the ones that were being talked about. But the current generation, money factor has been involved, technology too has improved. So some people feel like even technology has made it easy for them. So let's talk about maybe football. Some people will say, oh, technology has made it simple, it has made it modernized. Right now, or let's say before, in the likes of the 1980s, they were not playing on very good pitches. Some of them, there was a particular time that the first Nigerian set of guys, they were using barefoot to play football.
Exactly.
Now there's a boot. In fact, there's difference between a boot that I will use and a professional footballer, the ones I will buy maybe at the market. It's made it special. So many of these factors have contributed to people not giving special regard to this generation. And I'm just thinking about it, maybe in 20 years ago, are we still going to regard this generation? That's one thing I don't know. Maybe we'll have to wait till the future. But the likes of Muhammad Ali, who have paved the way for boxing, they will have to be in the history book because these were the pioneers, the founding fathers. So whether we like it or not, no matter how much we talk about sports, the pioneers will always be talked about. In Nigeria, for example, the 1980s, they were the first set of guys to win the AFCON. We can't take that away from them. No matter the number of teams that participated in the AFCON, we can't take that away from them because they were the ones that set the foot. If Nigeria go on to win it 10 times, we can't take away the fact that the 1980s were the first set of people. So, for me, comparing them is something that's very hard. Because I didn't watch them. Yeah. I just read about them.
Those days, let me, because since you didn't watch them, those days, they used to, every big fight had a label. That's why you hear Rumble in the Jungle.
Yeah, okay.
In Zaire then. I mean, a fight that everybody saw. Mohamed Salah, Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
In 1977, it was a great fight. Because there was
Joe Frazier.
Joe Frazier, yes. There was a Thriller in Manila as well.
Okay, that's what I got it like.
So they always have a big fight. You have a kind of name with it that you relate with it. But nowadays, it's like just pick them, bring the money. I mean, we talked about Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua earlier,
yeah.
130 million pounds everywhere. So it's all about the money, right?
I know, now still on technology, TV too, then a lot of people, it wasn't exposed to people. So having a fight of Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier, a lot of people will be willing to see it. There's always that big fight. But right now, how many top boxers do we have? We have so many. We have Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder. We have this other man that is trying to remember his name.
You mean Fury?
Fury. A couple of other guys. Ngannou, who came from
the other sport.
Yes. Came to
UFC.
boxing. UFC, yes. Straight to boxing. So there are so many. They say it's not a big thing in the faces of people. And just like I would always say, sport is passed from generation to generation. From now on, social media is taking away the fun of sport. Most people now focus on just Major League football. And then everybody was interested in everything that has to do with sport. Nobody was taking away just football. Yeah. In fact, football has never gotten this big. So every sport was struggling to get the fame. But right now, football has superseded every of them. So comparing the generation, it's going to be hard. The pioneers definitely will always be respected.
Most definitely. Of course, before we leave boxing, he just mentioned the one who left UFC to boxing. The people have been wondering when Israel Adesanya will also do same. But he has been speaking about the future. Of course, he says he doesn't feel like moving from UFC to boxing because, in fact, in his word, this is what he said. He said he prefers to use all his strikers, all his ties, all his arsenal, than to just be using punches. That's why he prefers mixed martial. So he doesn't think of going. In fact, he's not thinking about it, going from UFC to boxing. But people are saying this guy will make a better boxer. Are they trying to push him?
For Adesanya, his last 3 bouts, in fact, he lost 3 of them. The one against Nosa in Marvel.
He has a match on March 28.
March 28, but the last 3 fights he had in the UFC, for somebody that has not really had a major win in his last 3 bouts, he will not be considering moving to another bout and moving to another sport. Ngannou was having a good run. He felt like nobody could compete with him anymore at the MMA act. So it felt like, let me try something else. Let me go against the big boys. But right now, for the Stylebender, he's been challenged because in his last 3 bouts, he lost all of them. 2024 twice and one in 2023. So he probably will not be thinking about switching to boxing. And boxing and UFC is different.
Yeah.
There are so many things that are accepted in UFC that are not accepted in the sport. In fact, you cannot use your legs in boxing
at all.
So for somebody that I would like to call it like Gidigbo in our local palace. That's the way UFC
use everything.
Use everything.
Blue.
So it's different from somebody that when you even just hug the other opponent, boxing, they will take you away from it. And some of these boxers, they use it to just maybe if they are tired, just to relax and calm down. So for the Stylebender to adapt into boxing, it will take a long time, and it's not big. It's small. For UFC, it allows you, even if you are small, you can it's still an advantage for you. For boxing, you have to be very big. You have to at least, that's why there are categories.
Tyson was not big.
But I mean, he was still fit.
Okay.
But for Stylebender, it's slim. It's
small.
It's small. Let me use that word. It's small compared to Tyson. Is still Mayweather. Even though he's short, he's still he get body. He carries something. Compared to the Stylebender. So there are so many things. I feel like he wants to redeem himself in the UFC. Maybe if he goes on to win this next bout, he's going to get back into shape. But for now, let him continue because. Was it 2022? It was in the face of Nigeria.
Yeah, it was everywhere.
The Stylebender. I'll wake up in the morning, I'll see the Stylebender. He just won a game. He won a bout and all of it. But since 2023, September 9, 2023, that was when he all started. 2024, he lost August 17. And heading to February 1, 2025, he still lost a bout. So he has to redeem himself.
He has to redeem himself because he faces Joe Pfeiffer. Yeah, Joe Pfeiffer at UFC Seattle. Yes, that will be coming on March 28 in Seattle in America. So he has to redeem himself according to Bam Bam. Will he be able to use that fight against Joe Pfeiffer to redeem himself? Only time will tell. We do not know what will happen. Bamba, let's quickly talk about NBA. What's the latest from the NBA now? As before we begin to talk about tennis as well. Of course, the is getting hotter. The tennis first Grand Slam of the year. But let's quickly first talk about the NBA.
Yeah, matches are going to be going on later today. We are going to be seeing the Charlotte Hornets against Washington Wizards, Philadelphia 76ers, New York Knicks, Minnesota Timberwolves against Golden State Warriors, Orlando Magic, Cleveland Cavaliers. These are the matches that we'll be seeing later today. One match I will be looking forward to is Minnesota Timberwolves because they're on a fantastic run. They're doing well. When you talk about the leaders, you have to give it to the likes of the Minnesota Timberwolves, the Spurs, the Oklahoma City Thunder. Those are the guys doing really well. For Golden State Warriors, Jimmy Butler's injury is still going to be affecting them. I don't think only Steph Curry will be able to go against the likes of Anthony Edwards. He can't do it alone. And that's the call. When they were winning titles, when they were winning the NBA, he had everybody that could support him. He had Klay Thompson, Draymond Green was there, Iguodala was there. But now Jimmy Butler, who is supposed to be helping him, is no longer there. And his brother too is injured too. So who is the guy? For Draymond Green, he can't shoot. So for Golden State Warriors, their woes continued. They were getting back into shape until Jimmy Butler's injury right there. Other matches we'll see Dallas Mavericks against Los Angeles Lakers. For Los Angeles Lakers, for me, they've been woeful recently. For LeBron James, I know that he's getting old, but he still needs to step up alongside his son right there. And Utah Jazz against Miami. So those are the games we'll be looking forward to later this morning.
Okay. Early tomorrow morning.
Early tomorrow morning,
All right. Okay, so those are the fights. Of course, I say fight. Those are the bouts you watch out for, yes, in the games in the NBA. All right, for the tennis, first Grand Slam of the year, Australian Open. Yes, gradually he's hotting up. But for now, the boys are still being separated because it seems all of the good boys are moving. Yes, of course, Musetti, won a game earlier, 7-6, 6-4, 6-2, 7-6, 6-2. I was beating Thomas Bachach. Yeah, Musetti, he defeated that one. In the other game, there was Djokovic was also in action earlier. That was a ruthless one.
Ruthless.
6-3, 6-4, 7-6.
Finished him.
Against Van der Sande. It shows you that the man is so you and Daniel.
Respect. But when he gets to the semi-finals, that's when he has to be humble. He has to be humble.
They will humble him.
But for now, he cannot have the easy
But you saw that game. He was ruthless. He didn't drop a set.
He didn't drop. It was just giving the guy. But the guy was just running out.
He wanted to kill that guy. Okay, Jakub Mensik also defeated Ethan Quinn 6-2, 7-6, 7-6. Of course, Kasper Ruud also did well against Marin Cilic. Yes, Marin Cilic is out. Of course, it was 6-4, 6-4, 6-3, 7-6. 7-5 for Kasper Ruud. I thought Marin Cilic were giving Kasper Ruud something to be talked about, but it was there was a scare in the third round, in the third set. But Kasparov still went on to win the game.
That's it. Even Medvedev did not even have it easy.
Danny Medvedev, yes.
But it just goes to show that these guys are not even at the top. They are still supposed to be within the top 20 rank. So they are not in the levels of the Carlo Alcaraz. That's what I see there. But as the game progresses, as the Australian Open progresses, we're going to be seeing them faces against the top. But just like Carlo Alcaraz against Paul, these are guys in the top 20. So one thing I love about the guys right now is they're knocking off everyone that are not in the top 20 in terms of the rankings.
They are pushing them away. Just like the AFCON that just finished.
So everybody from 30, they're shielding them away. So maybe from the quarterfinal, semi-final, we're going to be seeing top guys face each other. It's not like we're going to see early scare. Even Medvedev, that I thought that it was going to be knocked out, he still pulled it through. He went extra, and he pulled it through. So what I just love about the Australian Open is every one of them, top 20 in quotes, are taking it serious.
But I was surprised. There was an early scare for Yannick Sinner in the first set. There was an early scare because the guy won the first set by 6-4, but he ended up winning 6-3, 6-4, 6-4. The early scare was, I was like, hey, what's going to happen here? But eventually,
One thing about Yannick Sinner is that's the way he plays. It's not like Carlo Alcaraz that is ruthless. He
always
will
very brutal.
Brutal, he defend you from beginning to the end. Sometimes if he has opportunity of just going 2 rounds and he would knock you off. For Sinner, he's always a bit shaky. And for me, that's not how to be world number one. You have to prove yourself. That's why I like Carlo Alcaraz. Very ruthless. Against Paul, I know Paul is going out. It's not a matter of, something will happen. He does the job easily. So for Sinner is the type of world number one that maybe when he gets to the semi-finals, he takes it serious. But he could have early scares. But I'm happy he was able to scale through, because if he was knocked out,
it would have been bad. It would have been bad, terrible. Anyway, Taylor Fritz also defeated Stan Wawrinka. I mean, Stan Wawrinka used to be strong at the time, but right now he's going down every day. 7-6, 6-2, 6-4, 6-4. That game ended. I mean, Wawrinka is just off the radar right now.
When he lost the game, he had to wave to fans in a very emotional way. He was not happy. It was, but even the nod, everybody thought that Wawrinka was going to win. But I just feel like Wawrinka is also going into extinct. And Taylor Fritz says is in form. World number 9.
Exactly.
Wawrinka used to be up there before, but he has dropped drastically.
There was a time he was number 5 in the world.
Now is world number 139.
Exactly.
He has gone
so
down.
Sad.
He has gone down.
So
but I'm happy that he was able to even weigh well set.
Yeah.
At least.
See the way I was saying it. He was able to weigh one set. Okay, Ben Shelton also defeated Victor Vancherot 6-4, 6-4, 7-6 straight set for the male. In the women category, Jennifer Paguila 2 sets defeated Charlotte Kimeteva 6-3, 6-2. That one just ended. And of course, Madison Keys also won 6-3, 6-3 straight up against Pliskova. And for Anisimova, yes, Anna Anisimova, she also won straight set 6-1, 6-4. And who else won? Iga Swiatek. Yeah, that was the person that Daniel felt is going to show the world some stuff. This Australian
Iga
Open.
Swiatek?
Yes. That was what he said before the Australian Open started.
He
said we should watch out for.
Yeah, she's actually top. I mean, she's top of her game. I honestly understand why Daniel is. But for me, Zabalenka, Zabalenka is approaching 30. She would want to win everything right now.
Exactly.
For me, I would consider that this year is Zabalenka's year. And she's going to be facing Uboko of Canada. And world number 1, they get world number 16. Just like the male too. The top girls are knocking the
far ones
away. So we are going to have, even Coco Golf has a game today.
Exactly.
A couple of other top girls right there. So for me, if Daniel would go for Swiatek, I love Zabalenka.
Emery Bakina also pulled through. Yes, he also defeated Valentova 6-2, 6-3. So it tells you, just as Bambam is saying, all of the big ones are knocking off the small ones. Okay. So for the mixed doubles, there's a game. Okay, game just concluded. And of course, Harrison and Kamarshcheva went through in that one. Of course, for other games that will be coming through, subsequently, we'll let you know all of the games. All right, so let's leave it like this so that we can go to football. So many things to talk about in the ever exciting world of football, as always. But don't forget the anniversary, Melody FM's 1-year anniversary. Crescendo is in top shape. Yes, all action going down. Of course, we've been doing everything. Everyone's been coming, picking tickets, picking pass. It's all good. So don't forget, you have your pass to pick. If you don't pick it before Wednesday, you might be bounced. We don't want to bounce anyone because we've made this available for you. So come around, pick it. Oganla Fuji, Persona One, that will be live at the Theophilus Ogulesi Hall, opposite UCH. That will be on Thursday. Okay? All right. Let's go to football now. Thank you. All right. We've done a whole lot concerning other sports. And let's talk football now. Almost 3:30. Bam, we have a game today in the MPFL. Just one game. Katsina United and Plateau United. It seems the MPFL is becoming a Sunday game. Before, it used to be Saturday. Just a few games on Sunday. Then I used to remember Eimba Shooting Stars always played on Sunday because they specifically asked for their games to be on Sunday. Eimba, because of their fans who always go to the market to sell on Saturdays. Sundays, that's when they had time to come and watch games. But now it's like every of the games have been played on Sundays now.
Sundays, yeah.
Today is now only one game, Katsina United and Plateau.
I think they've even postponed the game.
Oh, they postponed that one too.
They postponed it, so that's...
Well, but what is it that you cannot even have matches on on Saturday? Saturdays are known for games, for actions, for league actions.
I mean, that's one thing to actually talk about because it kills the fun having all the games. You know,
on a day.
even the Premier League, like I would always compare with the Premier League, they don't kill the excitement.
Exactly.
Monday night football is there, Sunday, and even Saturday.
Even Friday sometimes.
So it keeps you waiting for what will happen tomorrow. So if Chelsea plays today, tomorrow everybody will be looking at maybe Arsenal. If they're on the same point, tomorrow we are going to go past them tomorrow, and all of it. That's how you keep it in the minds of people. But for the MPFL, definitely we're not up to that level. And even in the latest release, the MPFL, we're not even top 10. They're not even part of top 10 in terms of Africa's.
We can't be top 10.
Africa's at least. But I think the major thing is all about travels. They always look at how they travel. You know, most of them to travel by road. So if a paraventure you travel on Friday, then you maybe get to where you are going. Maybe on Saturday you rest and you play your game on Sunday. You know, most times people don't like to travel during the day weekdays.
Yeah.
Understand? And also for teams that have continental games, so maybe they are like Rivers United currently they are playing on Friday. So maybe if they want to play again Sunday, Monday, just to put it within that range. So I think majorly the reason why all of this is happening is maybe because of travel amongst these teams. When they go, you know, from let's say Shooting Stars to Kaduna, there it's far. It takes almost a day. So they would go there, settle on Saturday, then play their game on Sunday. So maybe that's one of the reasons why they're doing that.
Okay, Bam Bam is speaking like he's the one speaking for the MPFL. I think you deserve that job. They need to give you that job, so you do very well if you speak for the NPFL. Okay, the main time for the games tomorrow. We have Academy Warriors will be doing battle against Ikorodu City. Yes, that's the Bombola's team. Yeah, traveling to Maiduguri. Barao FC playing Bayelsa United. Of course, Enugu Rangers against Warri Wolves. Abia Warriors hosting Nasarawa United in Umuahia. Of course, Wiki Tories and Kano Pillars, Niger Tornadoes, and Enyimba. Enyimba, they are so shaky these days. Because for Remo Stars, they'll be hosting Kun Khalifa. Remo Stars, they have issues with the MPFL. Of course, that they, I understand, they are going to be banished to Ibadan. The Lagos Alami Stadium. Yes, for their matches on Monday. But we're coming to that banishment. But let's quickly talk about Shooting Stars and Medel Insurance. Shooting Stars, they hosted Enyimba the other midweek. They won 3-0, only to travel last week to Bayelsa, and they were beaten like thieves 2-0. Now they are coming to the stadium tomorrow to host Insurance. The last time they met,
I think it was
they picked a point. Yes, they picked a point from Insurance. So tomorrow they should be able to beat Insurance like thieves, right?
Yeah, what I've realized about the guys is they've turned the Lagos Alami Stadium to a fortress. You see them, they can go away from home, maybe struggle to get a draw. But at the Lagos Alami, apart from when they started the league, that was when they were not getting wins at the Lagos Alami. But right now, with what they did against the Enyimba, convincing victory. 3-0.
Exactly.
So Bendel Insurance, they need to be scared. But Bendel Insurance currently, they are doing well, honestly speaking. And currently in the league, they are one of the teams that can pose a threat. They are sixth on table, and they are both on the same point. So Shooting Stars, they need this team, they need this point. They need all 3 points in this game because they are both on the same point. And at some point, they were fourth on the MPFL log, and now they've dropped to 6. You know one thing about the MPFL, when you win, you go up. When you lose, you go down because there are so many people close to you in terms of point system. They've got fantastic players. They got some good guys with the quality that they have in their squad. Agba is there. I love to call him Baggio. There's also Sadiq, who is a striker. Tijani Aziz, fantastic midfielder. These are guys doing well right there. They've got some of their players even back from injury with their goalkeeper in check right there. So for me, Shooting Stars, with the fact that how they've been playing fantastically well at the Lagos Alami Stadium, for me, they should be able to get a nod. They should understand the job. Going away from home might be hard, but at home, you're comfortable. And now, many fans from Ibadan are interested in seeing the Shooting Stars game. In fact, when they release the number of people, you see 5,000, 6,000. Exactly. These are the number of people coming to see them.
Coming to see the game.
Yeah, it's because of the graphics, what they are putting out, the content out there. So, for the Lagos Alami Stadium, they should not disappoint. For the Shooting Stars boys, yes, they should not disappoint the fans coming to see the game. So, for me, it's a 3 point for them. if they play just like the way they played against Enyimba.
And if they do that, they'll be moving closer to the leaders at the top. Or they let them just keep this ball thing going. We hope they are supposed to finish in the continent. At the end of this season, can they do it? This governor, he will soon be leaving, and his dream has always been for the stadium to host continental matches before he leaves office. Will it happen? Will it not happen? Because the man has just a few more months to leave this saddle as the governor of the state. Now, talking about Remo Stars now, where you remember we had this discussion, Ikorodu City and Remo Stars. We specifically discussed this matter, and we were talking about why did they give so much attention? The cause for a peace meeting. At the end of the day, the peace meeting did not yield any result because somehow at the end of the game last weekend they clashed, and we understand that some fans were injured, vehicles were destroyed between the fans of Ikorodu City, and right now, because of that, Remo Stars have been banished to Ibadan here, Lagos Salami Stadium, and they've been fined 7 million. Today will be the expiration of the 48 hours given to them to appeal the case, whether they win the appeal or not. You know, one thing about appeal is if you lose it, you get more sanctions. So that's why it's better not to even appeal in the first instance. They might increase it to 10 million if you lose the appeal at the end of the day. Why should we experience this kind of thing even when there was a peace meeting before this game?
It looks like the MPFL board, led by Gringa, where they've known that something like this would happen. Maybe they've been seeing signs before that. For Remo Stars, they just had their stadium completed. Just enjoy the moment, because right now they are not doing well. They've lost so many of their players. Just recently, they lost a player, Ngege, to Leeds, who is struggling in the Premier League. So they are not doing well. They are losing players. They are 19th on the. I said 19th on the Premier League. They are 15th, yes, on the league logs. So they have to calm down. They have to be all about winning. One thing is, many people expected them to still compete for the title. Yeah. I want them to leave all of this emotional thing out there. For me, Remo Stars, they are at fault. Ikorodu City, they are a team. Why are two private teams having issues? Because everybody, we are all about, private individuals should even be the ones sponsoring this club because they are investing so much in terms of proper play. I saw Ikorodu City's lineup. So why are these two teams? Is it competition? Is it ego? Is it trying to show dominance? That's one thing. Is state teams, you barely see it happening. Fine, maybe you might see like Kano Pillars, but private things, I expect more organizations. But the thing is the fans. Sometimes you might not even be able to control the fans. But I wonder, who are even the fans? How many fan base do they have?
That's why they are even hammered. Because they said they didn't provide enough security.
So how many fan base? How many people come to watch again? If it's for Shooting Stars, we know that people of your state in general, they are technically fan base.
Yes.
Shooting Stars. So private individual is just family, friends, and players' family. So who are the ones causing drama? Is it that maybe there are other bad wagons around the stadium that are the ones causing all of this drama? But it goes to show that the security was poor. And I saw the video of Ikorodu City's boss. It was terrible.
It was damaged.
It was damaged. So for me, Remo Stars, even after winning the league, you're not supposed to be portraying yourself like this, because you are winners of the MPFL. Whether we like it or not, even if our league is not doing well, we give so much respect to the leaguers.
Exactly.
Enyimba, it's just because of, maybe what they've done in the CAF Champions League 2003, 2004, but because of how strong they are, they've been a strong fortress in the MPFL, and that's why people have always respected Enyimba. People's elephant, they call them all of that. So for Remo Stars, they shouldn't start all of their glory like this. So far, so good. They are not doing well in the league. So I feel like right now they should be all about getting themselves together. Fine, they are scoring the goals, but they are not getting the results. And I think the chairman of that team should be looking at this. And for me, I wouldn't want the downfall of Remo Stars is always on the top. I want it to always grow, because in terms of promoting players, in terms of the futures of players, we've seen the academy Beyond Limit just recently just produced a player that went to Sweden right there. Yeah. And also the main team, a lot of players left the club. About 7 now of their players have gone to different clubs. They are cashing out. So they shouldn't be all about balance. It should be all about getting big in the league. Yeah.
And Rivers United still lead the pack with 41 points from 21 games, and of course 37 points is what Abia Warriors have garnered from the same number of points. And second, Ikorodu City are third with 35 points. Nasarawa United are fourth with 35 points, and of course Enugu Rangers are fifth with 33 points. Making up the top 10, you have Bendel Insurance, Shooting Stars having the same point, 32 points. Warri Wolves on 8th with 30 points, and Niger Tornadoes 29 points on 9th, and Katsina United are 10th with 29 points. For the relegation battles, you have Remo Stars on 15, Kwara United 16, Wiki Tories on 17, Plateau United 18, Kano Pillars 19, Kon Khalifa 20. Babola, before we leave NPFL, we have played 21 games. We'll be going to week 22 tomorrow, March day 22 tomorrow.
Yeah.
Looking at all of these guys from Remo Stars to Kon Khalifa, who do you think the teams that will go down?
The teams that will
Possible
go.
teams that you think will go down?
Okay, in the those teams in the relegation battle, like Kon Khalifa, they would be off. For me, they would go down. Barao, for me, they are not ready. Baby, Wiki Tourist too.
Wow.
Another thing that I see.
You think Wiki will go down too?
Baby. Kano Pillars, with all of the struggles that they've had, I know with the players that they've got, the players that they post, I think they would be able to progress through to the next. They would be able to progress away from the relegation battle. So for me, Barao, Kon Khalifa, Wiki Tourist, and maybe Plateau United right there.
Okay, all right. All right, so let's leave NPFL now. And before we leave, let's talk about continental football in Africa because the continental actions are on in the CAF Champions League and, of course, in the CAF Confederations Cup as well, where we have just one representative as always. And that's the situation right there. Let's quickly look through the actions that will be going down this weekend in these two continental actions. For the CAF Champions League, we have today Rivers United will be taking on Power Dynamos. Of course, that match should have started. Yes, the match. What's the update of that game? You know,
they are currently playing 0-0 and it's in the 85th minute.
So if it ends this way, it's good for Rivers United.
Both of them, they've not won any game.
Exactly. They are both the whipping boys,
yes,
right, of the group. So goalless at 84th minute, according to the report we are getting. GS Kabylie will play AS FAR in the other group, of course, the other match, as well as FC Tunis, ES Esperance playing Simba FC of Tanzania, and RS Bakene will be playing Pyramids. Those are the guys in the group of Rivers United. So tomorrow you have Etoile Lupopo will play MC Orjas at 2 p.m. and Stade Malien will play Petro de Luanda same time tomorrow. Okay, so these are the games in the CAF Champions League. Let's quickly talk about Rivers United. Do they still stand any chance, Bamba? You know, they still have some games they'll be playing at home, but they lost at home the other side, so we cannot be looking at what they can do at home.
No, they don't stand any chance. They don't. The highest that they can get is a third place, and it's not going to qualify them to the next round. Honestly speaking, they have RS Bakane, they have Power Dynamos. I'm even surprised that Power Dynamos cannot score Rivers United. It goes to show that Rivers United, they are doing a great job right there at Zambia. And there's also the winners of the CAF Champions League in that group, Pyramids.
Yeah.
So for Pyramids, RS Bakane, they're going to be facing each other. Both of them are on 6 points. And if they play a draw, that's 7 points. For Power Dynamos and Rivers United, they are both going to be on 1 point. So how is it possible? When Rivers United they were supposed to get maybe even 1 point against RS Bakane.
Yeah.
In the 90th minute, they considered 2.
I mean, that game was so annoying.
And they held on till the 90th minute, 1-0. And people were so happy. So for me, I'm happy that the CAF Champions League is even back because the last time we had it was November It was stopped because of the AFCON.
Yes.
Now we have the CAF Champions League back. And hopefully, yes, for Rivers United, they put up a great fight because so many other teams that qualified did not get to this level. So
Exactly.
let them just enjoy themselves. For me, they're going to be back home.
Okay. Why did you have to say that? They're going to be back home. Okay, in the Confederations Cup as well, we have 8 matches slated for today and tomorrow. A game is slated for today between USM Orjas and Joliba of Mali, while all other games are for tomorrow. Zesco United will be playing Kaiser Chiefs of South Africa. And of course, Nairobi United will be up against Azam. San Pedro will be playing Osis Safi, and Singida, the SS Stars, will also be playing Otueno Luoyo, while Zamalek FC will host Al Masri, and the game between Ki Bezuadad and of course Seto Bocho will also be holding, while Wydad Athletic will also be playing Mamelodi not Mamelodi, it says Mamemal Union. Mamema Union. I mean, you say when you hear funny names in Europa League and Confederations Cup.
Yes,
you also hear also in CAF, the Confederations Cup. Okay, all right, let's leave it like that so that we can go to some other things. Bam Bam is still with me. The finest is here, and we're doing complete sports this beautiful Saturday. All right, of course. Before we begin to move through and go to the foreign scene, let's also quickly talk about the AFCON. Yes, although he's gone already, we still keep having things to talk about. Sunday Olise, former Super Eagles head coach, said something that is raising concern now about the consequences of the team celebration following their third place finish at the AFCON, suggesting it fosters a culture of mediocrity, that we shouldn't even celebrate at all. How can we be celebrating third place winning of AFCON? That's Sunday Olise saying it. But some people will tell you in local parlance at all, I ain't bad, bam bam.
Well, I listened to the interview of Sunday Olise. A lot of people give him a backlash because of, he was part of the commentators for the AFCON. A lot of people said that he wasn't supporting Nigeria, in the way he was commented during the AFCON.
More or less, like, it was even like against us.
And all of it. And in that video, he said, why would he be against his team and all of it? For Sunday Olise, yes, we all understand the passion behind supporting Nigeria. We remember definitely when Nigeria lost to Ghana in that final, where he was crying bitterly on Nigerian soil because they were going to get silver. He said, when Nigeria got the bronze, one of the legends that were with the guys that even sparked up celebration was Kanu Nwankwo. In the camp of the Super Eagles. He was the one dancing, making everything happy. I don't think the boys were really happy. So Kanu Nwankwo, and Sunday Olise, maybe not the same set, but they played together. They won the title together. Yeah. So it's just quite funny that, these legends, I understand that they expect so much from the guys, but still they have to just take it easy too on these guys.
They should not go and be behaving like Manchester United.
Yeah. That's just the truth. The fact that then Nigeria was doing well, fine. They got to the finals and all of it. Other teams too have improved. They have gone too, definitely. Then we used to see Nigeria, Ghana, those were the dominant factors, Cameroon. But right now, African football generally has improved. Different teams, DR Congo. And how have they improved? Most of them now have players overseas. They get them back. Like DR Congo, it's not like they have major players from DR Congo. They have to get players who switched allegiance. Most of them had played for England, just like Swazimbi, Wan-Bissaka. Everybody have understood that that's the best way of getting players, of getting top players. So African football has really evolved. And, the way he speaks sometimes, I always look at him and say, he has managed the Super Eagles too. What was his result like? He neglects that part when he was the head coach of the Super Eagles. About 10 games, maybe he had only 1 or 2 wins. So you don't come out and criticize the boys like maybe he won the AFCON with the guys. He didn't do that. So he has had the time, he has had the privilege to even manage and taste the waters and see how, for me, it was really poor. And this is somebody that would always speak ill
Yeah.
of managers.
It's
In
like he
fact-
has never. The way he speaks, is like he has something against Nigeria.
yes. In fact, he would even mentioned that one particular manager that took Nigeria to the World Cup 2002 because he did not make the squad or because of the issues as regards.
That's Adegboye Onigbede.
Again, Onigbide, he said he's the worst manager than. And you have also managed the Nigerian team, Super Eagles team. And what's your win rate like? It's poor. Less than. It's not even up to 30. It's like 20 something. So
And that's why each time he talks like this, people always
Will
give him
always go
backlash.
against him.
There will be backlashes every time he talks.
So eras have really changed. You understand, and many things have come involved in it. For me, Sunday Olise, I understand his point of view. You know, he speaks like he wants Nigeria to get better. He wants Nigeria to be of those glory days of El Dorado. But you have to just take it easy on the guys too, because it's all about respect. Some of these guys, we're just like, oh, this man, they talk too much. Exactly. The same way you call out the players, you should be able to call them together and be like, guys, you don't come out to speak ill of them every time outside.
Exactly.
Call them together. That's how you show maturity. That's why they call you senior man. I was listening to Onazi before coming to the show. He said every now and then they would call Victor Osimhen, not because of the media, just to speak to him that, bro, what you did today, it was wrong. Odion Igalo, when he was interviewed at the AFCON, he said, I personally called Osimhen.
Yeah, no, he called Osimhen.
I personally, and he told him that this is how. So not everything are you supposed to do on the media. We understand that you are a social media influencer. He knows how to speak and all of it. Just like Obi Mikel, John Obi Mikel. If you notice John Obi Mikel, he doesn't speak ill. He's so passionate about the guy.
He does.
But doesn't speak ill of the players. He still tries to rally around. Look at the way he packaged Osimhen for everybody.
Yeah, as if he was the agent.
He was the agent. He still made Osimhen look like he didn't do anything bad. He said it was all about passion. What happened between Ademola Lookman? That's how senior man should always do around the players. And I think Sunday Olise shouldn't be all about speaking ill of the players.
Yeah. Talking about senior man, yes, this one should have been a senior man at Nottingham Forest, but somehow we do not know what happened to him. Taiwo Awoniyi, his career seems to be going down, especially with the injury he had earlier in the season. Now, because the club didn't want him to just be wasting away and be collecting their money every Friday, they've discussed with his former club, Mainz 05, because he's played there before, and they are thinking of having him there on loan for the rest of the season. This guy going back to Mainz 05.
For me, that's the best thing for Taiwo Awoniyi. He has really lost his A game in football. Awoniyi, before that injury, at least he was still able to compete against Chris Wood. But right now, he has not really played so many games for Nottingham Forest. And you know, Nottingham Forest right now, they are trying to get away from relegation because the fans expect so much from them. And the coach right now will be looking forward to using the players who are fit. In the Premier League, so far so good. He has had only 7 appearances, and most of them have been from the bench. No goal, no assist. So when it was last season he had 26 time on the pitch. He had 1 goal. So the stats so far with Nottingham Forest, the highest he has been with Nottingham Forest is when 2022-2023, where he scored 10 goals and 1 assist right there. And since then, his career, instead of growing, just like the way we always talk about Victor Osimhen in terms of goal scoring, his career has been dipping because from 10, the next season, he scored 6 goals. From then, he scored 1. And currently, so far so good, he has not scored any goal and no assist in the Premier League. And you know, as a striker, nobody cares about anything. Your job is to score goals. So for this man, Taiwo Awoniyi, he has lost his shirt in the Super Eagles. He's not getting any younger. So he cannot continue to remain at the Premier League. And looking at his contract, how many years does he even have in the Premier League? 2027 is going to be with Nottingham Forest. It's not better to leave now rather than going on free transfer. So it's better for him. So honestly, for Taiwo Awoniyi, Mainz 05 for me is the best. He's been with Union Berlin before.
Yeah, Union Berlin, yeah.
So he knows how the Bundesliga is like. Mainz 05 is another thing. I think he can get him shift back.
Wow. So let's see what he can do there. Hope he'll be able to do something at Mainz 05. I mean, to revive his career. This was a man that was doing very well at the time. He even got called up to the Super Eagles. And right about now, he's going down, 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 down. I mean, I remember the man that is now benching him used to be someone that he was benching every weekend. What a way What a life, what a way things change. Okay, let's have a breather from here so that when we return, we'll be getting straight to the Bet Naija segment of the show very shortly. After these commercial messages, we'll get to Bet Naija segment. At the other side of it, action attraction. We look through EPL, La Liga, Bundesliga, and of course Serie A and League On. Everything one after the other. Thank you very much for being with us. My name is Pretty. You call me the finest. Big ups to Bam Bam. We are here together. Let's have a breather. Take some commercial messages, and we'll be back at the other side. Keep it locked. Don't touch it. Don't move it.
Melody
100.7.
I love this station. Melody 100.7 FM.
Gbogbo èyí tẹ́ fẹ́ ṣe ayẹyẹ ọlọ́kan-ò-jọ̀kan bíi wedding, concert, church crusade, film premiere, tẹ́ nílò indoor LED screen. Iléeṣẹ́ Gold Mender Media ló kájú ẹ̀. Mo ti kó screen débí bá. Lọ́lọ́kan-ò-jọ̀kan léyìí tí ìbẹ́ẹ̀tì tí náà fi ṣe dáadáa tí ò fi ṣàánú yàtọ̀. Indoor LED screen tó múlẹ̀ rókòso gbangba gidigba. Ṣé ìyá nílò screen fún sẹ́mínà yìí tó ń bọ̀ àbí fún anniversary yìí tẹ́ fẹ́ ṣe? Ẹ̀yà tara ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ sílé iṣẹ́ Gold Mender Media lọ́dọ̀ wọn nìkan lẹ ti lè rí indoor LED screen tó fọkànbalẹ̀ tí ò ní ṣe bàlàbàlà. Ṣínú olùlẹ̀ yìí ti fẹ́ lò ní àgbórí field látòrí 100k ní rẹ́ńtéèjì wọn ti bẹ̀rẹ̀. Ẹ̀yà tara ṣàṣàkẹ́ máa bọ̀ sí ọ́fíìsì wọn tó wà ní road 1A Olúsọjí Avenue extension of WCCI road Olúyọ̀lé Ìbàdàn tàbí ọ́fíìsì wọn tó wà ní number 28 Amadasu street Ìgbú Ẹ̀fọ́ Lẹ́kí Etí Òsà Lagos state. Telephone 0803-413-6370 tàbí 0912-188-5200. Iléeṣẹ́ Gold Mender Media ló fi ní lọ́kàn balẹ̀ pẹ̀lú àwọn screen ìgbàlódé fúru ayẹyẹ tẹ́ ẹ bá fẹ́ ṣe ẹ gbà bẹ́ẹ̀. Láàrin ọdún kan tó dé ló ti gbalẹ̀ gbogbo gba gbogbo lẹ́kílẹ̀ Melody 100.7 FM. Ìlú ti Fọlá fi ṣàyẹyẹ ọdún kan lọ́jọ́ Thursday ọjọ́ kọkàndínlọ́gbọ̀n oṣù kìíní ọdún 2026 Thursday 29 January 2026 látàgọ́ mẹ́sàn-án òwúrọ̀ 9 a.m. ayẹyẹ ọdún kìíní ìmọ̀ ṣara ọ̀tọ̀ pẹ̀lú àwọn side attraction lóríṣiríṣi Alhaji Wasiu Alabi Pasuma máa gbé wa débẹ̀ kan lù sí wa níbàdí ṣeré fún wa yóò. Chairman of the occasion, Ambassador Dr. Yemi Farobi, distinguished guest of honor, His Excellency Engineer Lucy Abiodun Makinde, Gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́, special guest of honor, Mogaji Wole Arisikola, Dr. Adewale Kọ́lápọ̀kárí, Barrister Akeem Agbaje, Dr. Niyi Aborisade, guest of honor, Prince Dr. Oyelade, Commissioner for Information, Ọ̀yọ́ State, Mr. Idowu Ajanaku, Commissioner for Information, Ondo State, Mr. Femi Adesina, spokesman for former President Muhammadu Buhari, the guest lecturer, nígbàtí Professor Samuel Adebayo Ojuwapa Authority, gbangba gbogbo èèyàn lálejò, ayẹyẹ ọdún kan lè ṣe rédíò Melody 100.7 FM, ọjọ́ Thursday 29 January 2026, Emeritus Professor Theophilus Ogunlesi opposite UCH Ìbàdàn láti pàdé ọ̀fẹ́ ní tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì fún gbogbo èèyàn láti wọlé láti pẹ̀lú wa celebrate tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì ti wà ní Melody House number 2 MB Mapadero Street Bode wa Sẹ̀mẹ̀bà Ṣọ̀run Ìbàdàn Melody 100.7 FM tó ń gbé wa débẹ̀ ẹ jẹ́ káwa náà celebrate yẹ.
Ayẹyẹ ọdún kan Melody 100.7 FM níbodè wà sí mi ilẹ̀ Ìbàdàn ti dé gbogbo ayé ẹ̀ wá bá wa yọ.
Tó bá lábí ló ṣeré yẹn ní ìlànà ti dé ẹ̀tọ́ra ká ìjọ ti yá lọ́dọ̀ kan òjọ̀kan gbogbo ayé là jẹ́.
Ẹ wá bá wa jó ẹ wá bá wa dúpẹ́ ètò lóríṣiríṣi láti pìyàmọ́ rẹ̀ sílẹ̀ fún ìgbẹ́dùn gbogbo èyí lólùfẹ́ wa nílẹ̀ yà sí lókè òkun ọjọ́ Jímọ̀ ọjọ́ kẹtàlélógún àkànṣe ìrun Jímọ̀ ọjọ́ Sunday ọjọ́ karùndínlọ́gbọ̀n January 25 àkànṣe ìsìn onígbàgbọ́ fún ayọ̀ ọdún kan iléeṣẹ́ Melody ọjọ́ kẹrìndínlọ́gbọ̀n 26 of January á lọ sílé ọmọ aláìní ìyá láti fún wọn lẹ́bùn ọjọ́ kẹtàdínlọ́gbọ̀n January 27 ìfẹsẹ̀wọnsẹ̀ yóò wáyé láàrin ikọ̀ agbóhùnsáfẹ́fẹ́ Jusban àti àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ iléeṣẹ́ Melody FM kábàmbárí rẹ̀ tó bá wá di ọjọ́ kọkàndínlọ́gbọ̀n kọkànlélọ́gbọ̀n January 29 òun la ṣèkágbá tí gbogbo àwọn ọ̀tọ̀kùlú ìlú àwọn afẹ́lẹ́lẹ́jayé yóò bá wa yọ ayọ̀ ayẹyẹ ọdún kan Melody níbi tí olórí ìlú mọ̀ká ni Alhaji Alabi Pasuma ọ̀gá ńlá Fuji òun ló máa léwájú gbogbo àwọn olórin lọ́jọ́ náà pẹ̀lú àlùjọ tó dọ́ṣọ̀ dá wọn lára yá gbogbo àwọn agbóhùnsáfẹ́fẹ́ àti àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ níkànnì Melody 100.7 FM yóò máa ṣe yín máa wọlé máa rọra gbọ̀ngàn ìgbàlejò wa ní Theophilus Ogunlesi Hall opposite UCH Ìbàdàn gbogbo olólùfẹ́ Melody FM ṣáájú ọjọ́ náà kẹwàá gba tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì wọlé lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́ ní Melody 100.7 FM bòde wà sinmi Basọ̀rún Ìbàdàn aago 9 àárọ̀ ní ètò gbogbo yóò ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ àríyá wà lọ ní rẹ̀butu a sì dá fàájì dọ̀bálẹ̀ lọ́jọ́ náà láòfin àmì ẹ̀yẹ dá àwọn ènìyàn pàtàkì lọ́lá lára àwọn ẹni àyẹ́sí pàtàkì ọjọ́ náà ni gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ọlọ́lá jùlọ onímọ̀ ẹ̀rọ Abíọ́dún Ṣèyí Mákindé tó fi mọ́ ọ̀gbẹ́ni Fẹ́mi Adésínà amúgbálẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ fún ààrẹ àná Muhammadu Buhari tó máa bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ àpilẹ̀kọ bàbá wa ambassadọ̀ Yẹmí Farounbi alága ọjọ́ náà Professor Adébáyọ̀ Òjó bàbá authority lólùgbàlejò àgbà ètò ààbò tó péye láti ṣètò rẹ̀ sílẹ̀ ìdánimọ̀ wà fún gbogbo àwọn ẹni tá a fi ìwé pè fún àlàyé lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ ẹ máa pe 08038113696 08038113696 ayẹyẹ ọdún kan Melody 100.7 FM bòde wà sinmi nílẹ̀ Ìbàdàn yóò dùn yóò lárinrin èmi ò ní gbẹ̀yìn o ìwọ ń kọ́.
Melody FM 100.7. From Melody 100.7 FM, Ibadan, Oyo State, Nigeria. The time is 4 p.m.
Most definitely, welcome back. This is still Melody 100.7 FM Complete Sports on Melody 100. This beautiful Saturday. You know how we do it every time. Now we go to the Bet Naija segment of the show right about now. Welcome. Welcome to the Bet Naija segment of the show. You know how we do it every Saturday. They give us support at this time, 4 to 4:15 every Saturday on Complete Sports. It is the Bet Naija segment sponsored by Nigeria's number one, Bet Naija. Of course, what we do on this segment of the show is to check out some important things to talk about in the ever exciting world of sport, especially football. And we give you opportunity to predict games that are going down where you have opportunity of winning our prizes for tonight. Today, the match we're looking at is Arsenal, Manchester United. You know, that's the biggest match. For the weekend. It's happening tomorrow. So when you call us, you give us your prediction for the game, Arsenal, Manchester United. But then, when you call, as I said yesterday, I was going to be touchlighting something. Do you think the IFAB that makes rule for FIFA should begin to think about not making football decision in football to be final to the referees? That when referees make mistakes, they can still check it and say, no, this mistake will not make this result of football to stand. Let's go and replay the game because the referee made a mistake. Or you think we should leave it the way it is right now, where all actions, all decisions made by referees are final in football? Because look at AFCON, so many mistakes, even in the EPL, mistakes every time. So do you think IFAB should start making a law that will say decisions in football are not final again by referees, so we can replay games if referees make mistakes? Or you think we should leave it the way it is, where all decisions made by referees are final? That's what we are looking at this evening. And when you give us that, then you give us your prediction for the game, Manchester United, Arsenal. Welcome to the show. My name is Pretty. You call me the finest. Let me quickly take a message from my sponsor, Bet Naija. From reward for passion, now to Nigeria's number one. This is what they've been doing for 10 years now, and they're still doing it big. Let's take this message from them, and we will definitely be back.
Now, what do make correct leader for this game? Now, the person will be the first to play, or the person will be say, then they control the levels many times.
For more than 10 years, Bet Naija don dey run things from front with different games like Bet Builder, Bet Freeze, One Up, Bet Book, plus including odds wey no get mate on top more than 300,000 live matches dem. This game no be chere were matter o. You dey play to win big. That's na why Bet Naija na Nigeria #1. No be for persons wey never reach 18 o. Bet Naija, truly Nigeria's #1.
Most definitely, truly Nigeria's #1 Bet Naija. Don't forget, you must be 18 years and above before you can have a partake in the Bet Naija's activities. Because we don't do underage betting. And of course, for you to be part of what Bet Naija, what they are doing, you want to know what products they have and what services they have as well. You can check them out on socials at Bet Naija Officials. Check them out at Bet Naija Officials. And don't forget as well, Bet Naija on the website is www.betnaija.com. www.betnaija.com. Bet Naija, apart from giving you some beautiful odds and letting you enjoy the games, not just football, other sports as well. You can check them out and see all of the products and services that they have. And apart from betting and all of the activities, Bet Naija also, they are involved in what we call corporate social responsibilities. They are part of different things. The Dirty December that just went by, they had a very good presence in the Dirty Naija, Dirty December for Nigerians. So Bet Naija is just beyond, it's not just about betting, it's beyond that. That is why they are truly Nigeria's #1. Okay? So don't forget, today we're looking at referee's decision. Should IFAB make a new law that will say referee's decision in football will not be final again? If they make mistake, a costly one, we can replay the game, or we should leave it the way it is right now, where decisions made by referees are finals in football. What do you think? 0702-520-1007 at 0705-507-1007. Those are the numbers to call. When you call me, you give me your thoughts and, of course, your predictions for the Arsenal-Manchester United game. That's the biggest game of the weekend, and that's what we're looking at this evening on the Bet Naija segment of the show. 0702-520-1007 and 0705-507-1007. Bet Naija, from Reward for Passion, now to Nigeria's #1. Let's have a breather again to take a message from them. When I come back, I'll start taking your messages and your calls on 0702-520-1007 and 0705-507-1007.
Are you looking for the best Nigeria?
Fún ọdún mẹ́wàá ó lé ní Bet Naija ti ń ṣaṣíwájú pẹ̀lú àwọn ògbóǹtarìgì bíi Bet Builder, Bet Freezer, One Up, Bet Boom àti àwọn ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ìdánilójú lórí ẹgbẹ̀rún lọ́nà ọ̀ọ́dúnrún eré bọ́ọ̀lù. Ẹ̀ tayò fún ìgbádùn nìkan, ẹ̀ ń tayò láti jẹ̀gbádùn ńlá. Ìdí nìyí tí Bet Naija ṣe jẹ́ àkọ́kọ́ ní Nàìjíríà. Kì í ṣe fún ẹnikẹ́ni tí ò tí pé ọmọ ọdún méjìdínlógún. Bet Naija, àkọ́kọ́ ní Nàìjíríà.
Most definitely first in Nigeria. That's what we're talking about. So let's go into it right now. 0702-520-1007 and 0705-507-1007. What is your prediction? Arsenal going up against Manchester United. Arsenal, they are the leaders, and the way they are playing now is like they are ready to win the league this season. But also remember, Manchester United, they have a way of playing what we call grudge match. Grudge match. See what they did against Man City last weekend? Against the senior last weekend, and this against the Oga now. What they did against Oga last week, will they do it against the Omoshe this weekend? Let's know from you. What's your own view and what is your prediction? 0702-520-1007 and 0705-507-1007. Let's begin to take the calls now. Hello, good evening. Hello. Hello, your name and location. I can't seem to hear you. Hello, can you speak up? Hello. Okay, let's take another one. That one is not working. I mean, just try to call back. Yeah, the line wasn't connecting. 0702-520-1007 and 0705-507-1007. Okay, so let's keep it going. 0702-520-1007 and 0705-507-1007. What's your prediction? Manchester United, Arsenal. And of course, what is your own view concerning referees? Hello.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Welcome.
It's Joel on the line, sir.
Joel, it's good to have you.
Yes, sir.
What's your view?
My own opinion is that when the ref blow, it will be the final. But the only thing they will do is that they should impart at least teach them some things to know very well about that and let them to know about their mistakes.
Okay, they should know about their mistakes too. Okay, so and they should tell them what they are doing if it's wrong.
Yes, sir.
All right. And what's your prediction? Manchester Manchester United, Arsenal.
Arsenal to win 2-1.
Wow, Arsenal to win 2-1.
Yes, sir.
Joel from Liberty, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, Joel from Liberty. Arsenal to win 2-1, according to Joel from Liberty. All right, 0702-520-1007 and 0705-507-1007. What's your own view this beautiful evening? Okay, all right. Hello. Hello, good evening. Hello, are you there? Okay, try again. I think that particular line is having an issue. 0702-520-1007 and 0705-507-1007. Joel said it's not that they should make their decision not to be final. Yeah, their referees' decisions should still be final, but they should let them know when they are wrong. What's going on with the line? 0702-520-1007 and 0705-507-1007. We're looking at the decisions by referees. Should it still be final, considering all of the mistakes we've noticed in recent times? Because they are also humans too. So should we say IFAB should start looking at making their decisions not to be final? Or they should still remain the way it is? Then again, you can predict the scoreline. Arsenal and of course Manchester United. Arsenal taking on Manchester United tomorrow. The crunch tie at the Emirates Stadium tomorrow. Okay. Look, let me check what's happening, but let me quickly have a breather again. Let me take this message from our sponsors, Betna.
Or the person will say, then they control the levels many times. For more than 10 years, Let's Naija done the wrong things from front with different games like Bet Builder, Bet Freeze, 1Up, Bet Book, plus including odds. We no get mates on top more than 300,000 live matches them. This game no be cherry worry matter. You dey play to win big. That's now
For details or sign up using social media, click on promo code and enter NAIRA777. Complete your registration and from that moment, you're ready to enjoy the game.
With us every time they promise us more. Of course, they will be having more things coming courtesy of Bet Naija on this segment of the show. So that's why you need to keep it locked here. Don't move it, don't touch it. No one does it better around here. Okay, 0702-520-1007 and 0705-507-1007. Okay, let's check out your messages while we also look through the... Hello, good evening. Hello. Hello, are you there? Hello? Okay, I don't know what's going on, but let's quickly look through the messages. This one says, my name is Mark from Bodija. I think referees' decisions should not be made final because they've hurt football so much. Some of them would deliberately give the kind of decisions they will give, knowing that their decisions are final, and once they make what they have made, they know no one will upturn it. That's why they do what they do. I think we should start looking at making a new law to make their decisions not to be final. If you make costly errors and mistakes in your officiating, the game should be replayed. For instance, the game Barcelona and Chelsea that you talked about last night, that game is still so annoying till tomorrow. I think that game should have been replayed because that referee, I still remember his name, Ovredo, made a big mistake in that game. Referee Ovredo, will never forget his name, man. Okay, so for my Arsenal, tomorrow I think Arsenal will defeat Man U 2-0. Nothing will stop it. Okay, this one says, my name is Daniel Fajobi from Akubo. I think Arsenal will defeat Man U 3-1 tomorrow. It will not go below that, 3-1. And for IFAB, they should make a new law. Referees are messing up the game. I think that's what I want. Okay, this one says Idowu from Iwo Road is my name. I love your show so much, and God bless Bet Naija for the support. I've been trying to call, but the line seems to be busy. Okay, that's what we feel sometimes. It's not, it's not busy. But it's okay. I think for IFAB, they should make a new law not to make a referee's decision final. The referees deliberately spoil games sometimes. And for Arsenal, they will defeat Man U tomorrow 2-1. Okay, this one says, my name is Timmy from Yawiri. Arsenal will defeat Man U 1-0. And for IFAB, they should leave the law the way it is, but should re-educate the referees. Okay, more messages coming through. This one says, my name is Lade from Akobo. I think the rule should be the way it is, except that the referee should be made to know that some things they do sometimes hurt football. So for Arsenal, the match will be ending in a draw. I think it's going to be 1-1 tomorrow. Okay, and this one says, my name is Adeoye from... he did not put your location in this one. He just said Adeoye. Okay, he says IFAB should leave the law the way it is. Referee decision should be final. They've done too much technological changes to football. It's already hurting football. Changing the rule again, not to make a referee's final decision. Referee's decision final will be hurting football the more. They should leave it the way it is, but just that the referees need to be watched, because I think sometimes some of them deliberately compromise the game. So tomorrow, Arsenal will lose 1-0 to Manchester United. All right, thank you so much. Let's wrap up the segment of the show this way. Because this one... okay, let's see if we can take this call. The last one. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Are you there? Good evening. Welcome. You're not coming out. I can't hear you. Okay, let's leave it. So all of the messages are noted. Of course, thank you so much for being part of this segment of the show, and for everyone that sent in messages. Let's look through. This one says, okay, quickly before we wrap up, Manchester United 1, Arsenal 1. This is Henry Ariyo Adeyinka. Joe Smart Williams says Manchester United 1, Arsenal 3. Bishop Joe, good afternoon, sir. He says, nice work. Thank you. Arsenal 1, Manchester United nil. Shemido Radini says, well done. And he says, what is the question? Okay. Which question? All right. Thank you. And this one, Henry Ayer says, the sanctions imposed on... okay, we'll read this one at the other side. We'll read it at the other side. We're just taking the one that concerns Bet Naija. All right. Thank you. Wow, the phone just opened now. Okay, let's see. Hello, good evening. Hello. Hello, are you there? Hello. Okay, let's leave it like that. Let's leave it. You're not ready for us. Okay, thank you so much for being part of the Bet Naija segment of the show this evening. It will make a return next week. Let me take a breather. Of course, let's have a message again from Bet Naija. Big ups to our friends and sponsors at Bet Naija. God bless you. We will definitely be back next week. Now the calls are coming in, but I can't take them. We are off because the time is against us now. We are done with the segment, the Bet Naija segment. This segment was sponsored by Nigeria's number 1, Bet Naija. Reward for passion now, Nigeria's number 1.
Kí ni a fi ń ṣe àgbà nínú eré tí ẹni tó kọ́kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ni àbí ẹni tó ṣe lọ́nà tọ̀ léraléra? Fún ọdún mẹ́wàá ó lé ní Bet Naija ti ń ṣaṣíwájú pẹ̀lú àwọn ògbóǹtarìgì bíi Bet Builder, Bet Freezer, One Up Bet Boom àti àwọn ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ìdánilójú lórí ẹgbẹ̀rún lọ́nà ọ̀ọ́dúnrún eré bọ́ọ̀lù. Ẹ tayò fún ìgbádùn nìkan, ẹ ń tayò láti jẹ̀gbádùn ńlá. Ìdí nìyí tí Bet Naija ṣe jẹ́ àkọ́kọ́ ní Nàìjíríà. Kì í ṣe fún ẹnikẹ́ni tí ò tí pé ọmọ ọdún méjìdínlógún. Bet Naija àkọ́kọ́ ní Nàìjíríà.
From deep and out. The flashing ball is Martins.
Joseph Yobo, good goal.
It's just out to the boat.
Single Odesi.
Sensational. What a wonderful finish. That is the most embarrassing own goal. Oh, what a goal. And something out of nothing. He struck it sweetly. And does he ever score ordinary goals? They're all copybook stuff.
Okay, welcome back. Thank you very, very, very much. I mean, you can just imagine, see the calls now coming heavily. Some network will be crazy. Anyway, that will be next time, but let's leave it like that now. Thank you so much for returning with us on we call this segment the Action Attraction segment. This is the segment where we look through actions everywhere. Let's begin with the EPL. Daniel, we've not been able to see some... Let's begin to look at the actions. Of course, let's begin from the EPL. Yes, the game is going on right about now in the EPL. And that's the game between West Ham United and of course Sunderland. Okay, the game has even ended. It ended 3-1. While some other games 3 games have already started. Within Burnley and Tottenham Hotspur is now goalless. Fulham taking on Brighton, goalless as well. Manchester City have scored Wolves. If Man City cannot beat Wolves, that means there's a problem to them. So later AFC Bournemouth will be playing Liverpool. That will be at 6:30. And these are the games for today in the EPL. Then tomorrow in the EPL we have Brentford taking on Nottingham Forest, Crystal Palace taking on Chelsea, Newcastle United taking on Aston Villa, and Arsenal are taking on Manchester United. So let's talk about these games one after the other. Of course, all of these ones happening this afternoon. Nothing to talk about those ones. So let's just go to tomorrow. Or is there anything to talk about? Can Wolves do anything against Man City?
Man City have scored already.
That's what I'm saying. 1-0. Can they do anything? When I say there's nothing to talk about.
I seen the game. Man City they were in control of the ball.
Is it the AFC Bournemouth and Liverpool game that will be?
Maybe Burnley and Tottenham. Maybe Burnley might pose a threat against Tottenham because some of their players are back.
Okay. The guys who went to AFCON.
Yes. But for Man City and Wolves, right now they're dominating. I'm happy to see Gueye is already commanding the defense of Man City, but nothing to talk about. It's going to be easy.
Let's go to some important games, Jari. So tomorrow, of course, Brentford, Nottingham Forest. Of course, Crystal Palace, Chelsea. It's a London derby. Sometimes derbies could be crazy. So Crystal Palace now, those ones are just losing players anyhow. And they are not replacing them. I don't see, what do you think they will do against, they've lost Gueye now, who is the latest they've lost. And now we are talking about them playing Chelsea just after losing a very important player in their fold.
For Crystal Palace, there are 11 games without a win so far.
It's crazy.
And just like you said, they've lost a lot of players. And the Crystal Palace that we know, they are not supposed to be losing against Sunderland, which they lost in their last game. They lost against Leeds. For Chelsea, for me, they've not got to their shape back. Rosenio is still very much young, but it still doesn't mean...
He's very much young.
Young with the job, exactly. But he's not been able to gather the team. Against Paphos, he started most of his main guys, and they still ended up not winning convincingly. It was 1-0. But in terms of who is currently on form or in form, it's Chelsea Football Club. For Crystal Palace, they just keep selling players. And when they want to get players back, they don't get exceptional players. They just get players that you look at them and maybe in 2-3 years before they get themselves together, you cannot lose Olise, Eze, and now maybe they're on the verge of losing Mateta because top teams will be calling for Mateta right now because of how good he is. But for Chelsea Football Club, for me, I still see a win for Chelsea just because of the form of Crystal Palace. If Crystal Palace was winning game, it would have been X on Chelsea's face because for now, that manager, Rosenio, he hasn't gotten his team together.
He's still on IT.
Yeah.
He's still on IT, right?
Yeah.
Daniel, whether he's on IT or not, that's not what I want to ask you. What I want to say, Daniel joins us now. I've been wondering where, they said he was around. I was wondering where he went, but he just told me what he's been doing. No problem. You are excused. But your coach said something that he wants to adopt the style of Frank Lampard, that anybody that does anything more or less like a costly mistake now, they'll start to fine him. In the era of Frank Lampard, if you were late to training, you will pay fine. If you collected a yellow card wrongly, this rubbish yellow card that you get, like that type that this boy in the Bundesliga used to collect, Jackson. You pay fine. So he says he wants to adopt that same style. This small boy that we see as a coach that is Barbing style, can he do it?
Dude is a small boy.
Well, he's not a small boy. Look at him now.
He's a small boy with African descent. A lot of things actually make him look like not right candidate for the job. But first, good evening to listeners and of course viewers online. It's good to be here. Chelsea, we always do it. We always take a very big risk, bringing in managers who are not up to par, up to the task. When he was reacting to this a couple of days back, he was saying how some managers who have not done anything in football are landing big jobs. Imagine. And it's not about just Rosinho alone. This company has never done anything good for football. Relegated with Burnley.
Relegated Burnley.
Now he's...
He won championship.
What?
He won championship.
What Rosinho has done in Strasbourg is way better
than winning. What did Maresca do? What did Maresca do before getting Chelsea?
I said what Rosinho. It's not about Maresca. We're talking about the new Chelsea manager.
Maresca also won championship too. So
I'm not saying they are in the same category. Okay. Rosinho, Maresca, Company, they are in the same category. Okay. This guy led the Strasbourg side to Europe. Burnley, you won't do that with Burnley. You won't do that with. You didn't do that with Leicester City.
Led Strasbourg.
Led them to Europe. Currently, they are sitting on top of Europe. He led them sitting on top of Europe.
Okay, so that's
it's not done. It's not done. The season is not over yet.
He led them into the Europe they are right now. Last season.
Okay.
So and as we speak,
it's not the Champions League.
On top of the.
Not the Champions League.
It's Europe. I don't
you know the competition in the Ligue 1 is different from Premier League.
Chelsea won this Conference League last season. It was front page. Now, former Chelsea manager, the current Chelsea manager coming from Strasbourg, is not a big deal. It's always about Chelsea.
When in the Ligue 1, they say 2 teams to qualify to the Champions League, other teams, there's no competition there. There's no competition in the Ligue 1. There's no competition in the Ligue 1 now.
No competition in the League 1.
See, I can group a team now and I'll go to the Ligue 1 and I'll get to 4th or 5th.
That's the coach that will coach Melody FM. He gives Josba.
No, he's not the coach. He's our Messi.
This one.
Thank God you are here now.
This one.
No, meaning that thought about Chelsea before I now come, I said, you ran away yesterday. I wanted to bring you guys because you said something on Thursday when he was not here.
Okay, but to be honest, I think Chelsea, we know the manager we have is just like some of the players, young manager who's going to also learn at the job. And it's not entirely novice at the job. Okay. I think he's just being a coach, not a manager. And what a coach do is they will come with their rules and regulations.
So can he enforce such rules?
It's not about the enforcement. It's something that happens in some of the elite football clubs in the past. And maybe managers now all of a sudden feel like these players are big boys. They should do the right thing. We don't want to be, spoon-feeding them what they should do right and all of that. But he feels like he wants to do that. Let him do it. No one said that style of coaching is bad. People just, outgrow it in a way.
If someone like Rhys James gets late to training, will he have the audacity to tell James?
He's not holding Kane. He's not holding Kane. What he's doing, eventually this fine they're going to be paying, it's not like he's going to his pocket. He's still going to be in the team, not for the club. He's still going to be for the team.
No, Lampard was taking his own to charity.
So that's what I'm saying. And will be the name of the team. So, and guys know that he's just doing this to just, make sure he fine-tunes things in the team. Okay. So many of them are okay with it. He won't make this kind of decision if the leaders in the team are not on his side. The captains, the vice captain, the big boys in the team. That's the likes of Rhys James, Caicedo, Enzo. So he's not making a decision that makes him look like the alpha and omega of the side. He's just trying to also make changes. And talk about Frank Lampard. When he made these changes, he actually came up with a very good result. Because it was the team Frank Lampard left that Thomas Tuchel picked and won the Champions League with. Yeah. And this Frank Lampard guy came into the team that had a 2-year transfer ban. Yeah. Promoted Rhys James, promoted Mason Mount, that some people are calling their number 7 today. Tammy Abraham, promoted Gay.
They won the best player for Chelsea Football Club.
Thank God you're saying that. So the same Frank Lampard that is more like a rookie manager that year. Who's like Rosinho that many people are beating down that he's not a guy, he doesn't look like it. I'm just trying to state what Frank Lampard did that was underrated then.
Okay.
And what Rosinho is about to do. If he's copying Frank Lampard, no. Well, I'm not defending Rosinho yet. We have not heard that kind of such a defense yet. Okay. Well, I'm just saying that if he's stealing the part of Lampard, he's not making a wrong move. Okay. Because right now, Lampard is the hottest English manager we have in the world. Sitting on top of it's the truth now. You're carrying He's coaching in Division 2. And give me an English manager who has done what he's doing now. I mean, people are laughing.
Carrick not at Manchester United.
But Carrick has never led any team from Division 2 or Division 3 or any team. He's leading Sheffield United and he's bringing them to, he's bringing them to Coventry. He's bringing them to the Premier League. Already, season is almost over there for them. Because so I'm just saying that to say.
Time.
I'm just saying that to say if he's copying Lampard, he's copying a very good manager.
Okay.
A very fantastic manager. Maybe that Chelsea job was too big for him. Brought in Tammy Abraham, brought him Reece James. Even McGay that he was singing was Lampard's discovery. Brought him into the team. So for me, I'm not judging him yet. I'm not praising him yet.
Okay.
I just want him to do his thing. He's the manager. Whatever fails, Chelsea will always be Chelsea.
Newcastle, Aston Villa, bam bam, tomorrow as well. Newcastle, Aston Villa. For Aston Villa, that big loss against Arsenal, people thought was going to put them down, but they picked up the pieces again and they won the next game. But have they been convincing in recent times after that loss?
They lost to Everton.
Yes,
1-0.
exactly. Last week.
And Everton had a lot of players that were
went for
yes, with Senegal, just Agana Gay was there. And
it was a surprise. A team that is depleted.
And they were at home.
Exactly.
And they were at home. So, but they went to Fenerbahce to actually clinch. They won in their last game. That was in the Europa League. So for Aston Villa, apart from the Arsenal loss, I think the only loss they've had that shaking them is the one of Everton. But Newcastle, they've not been really bad too. Their last game too, they also won it against PSV. In fact, it was convincing in the Champions League right there. If they can build on to the momentum of that game. For me, Newcastle and Aston Villa is just more or less like the two best, should I say, aspiring top teams in the Premier League. Both of them are 4th, 5th, 6th. They are within that level right there. So when you look at their head-to-head, their last game, they played a draw between the two sides. Aston Villa had the better share in the previous game. That's 2 games ago, before the last one. That was in 2025, the first game they had in 2025. So right now, just because Newcastle, they're at home at the St. Joseph's Park, the fact that most of their players are still fit, so Votamadi is there, a lot of them are still good enough. I think they would be able to defeat Aston Villa in that game tomorrow.
Okay, right. Let's go to the big one. You're wearing Manchester United clothes. Manchester.
You said something about him the other time.
I'm coming. I want to finish with the EPL before we go to La Liga. I'm coming to that.
I don't want
us to finish
promoting force.
No way. I want us to finish before we go to La Liga. We'll settle that score. Okay, Arsenal, and in last 7 meetings, Arsenal have really finished Manchester United. 6 losses to Man U and just 1 against Arsenal. Will they be able to do a magic tomorrow? Because but one thing we know about Man U, even if you say they are dying, there's something called grudge match. They know how to play it. They know how to play grudge match. That they will say we deal with these people. They did it against Man City last week. Can they do it against Arsenal this weekend?
Let's not give them false hope. They cannot play any grudge match against this Arsenal side.
Yeah.
At home, Inter Milan, Arsenal went there to Italy, flogged them in front of their people.
That's
mind you that will.
That's Inter Milan.
What we saw last week was a fluke.
Yeah.
In fact, more like a planned game in my own opinion. The way I see it. How can Man City in their right mind lose to that Man U? What's in that club?
Okay.
And they beat them like thieves.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sincerely speaking, I looked at that side. I said, what is here in this team? A team that doesn't even have any bench after they feed the 11. I'm like, how did you get this? And sincerely speaking, I'm not going to start saying, oh man, you have. Is any Man United fan who doesn't maybe know how football works that would think all of a sudden they've turned it around because they won Manchester City? They won't look like it tomorrow when they face Arsenal. In fact, Arsenal will make them. They will expose them. They will remove the mask. It says if Fletcher or Carrick, they will remove the mask that Carrick is wearing. They will see that it's Ten Hag that has come to these guys again. Really? Because the truth is, they are not on the same level at the moment. There's a team who's got a very going to do 2 decades project, Man City, the same manager, and there's another team who doesn't even know what they are doing, like Chelsea, like Man United at the moment. So what happened to Man City last week was just, I don't know, one of those very funny things, and it happened to them on Wednesday. But now you now have an Arsenal side that is having a party in the Champions League, in the Carabao Cup, in every competition, top of the Premier League table. Now they are coming to face Man United. You think there will be any reason for them to panic? No. So in my own opinion, that game, Man U, Arsenal tomorrow, if I want to advise anyone, those who used to do business, just carry it. There is no way.
Carry what?
They know what I'm saying. There is no way Man U will get a draw in that game. Because you've got to look at what Arsenal team looks like.
It's a straight loss for Man U.
Their defenders are back. Kafori and what's the name of this guy they just signed from Bayer Leverkusen are back. So all their backlines are back. Kai Havertz is returning from injury as well. Gabriel Jesus is back and very in fine form. There's no way. So if he's going to sing now, the song he's going to sing is Mbomu, Amadialo. There is no. See.
How do you know the song he will sing?
That's the song he's been singing.
Okay.
That's the song he's going to sing. He won't present what I presented. Like there's a record that shows that this team is actually up for competition.
The first game of United and it was the first game. Yeah, United and Arsenal. Round 1, and Arsenal defeated Manchester United. And I would say that for any manager that comes to a new club, it takes that manager much time to hit the ground running. Even Rosinho, his first game. Now imagine now playing a derby game, your first game against a team in your city, which everybody knows has won the Premier League 3 times. You went there, you had them for barbecue chicken. That was the best United game I've ever seen in recent time.
Yeah.
We played Man City, defeated them in the middle, nothing. All of them.
Did you see Man City in the middle game against
Czechia? All of them, they were off.
Did you see what they
did? A new manager came on board, played Bruno Fernandes in his position. Kobe Mainoo was there. And we also had Casemiro, one of the best African players in the world. We have Ubomo, who is there, Cunha. And those guys gave us a party. And somebody will say that Arsenal, right now, the spirit is high. You can see that the boys, Bruno Fernandes is the captain of the side, is playing in his position. He knows that right now, I'm playing at my number 10 position. And we saw creativity in front of the team. So who says Arsenal cannot be defeated? The same Arsenal that went to Inter Milan. See, I will always say that Nottingham Forest will go against Inter Milan, and it's going to be very, very tough, because that's the way Premier League sides are. Premier League sides, even middle class team, they give all those top teams a run for their money. Against Nottingham Forest, what did Arsenal play? 0-0 it ended. And they were not able to convert chances. Honestly speaking, I'm not trying to say, because I will always say that United, they've been playing terribly well. But what I saw with Michael Carrick, he understands the game. He has a future with this club. Tomorrow, against Arsenal will not defeat United. That's one thing.
It will not end in defeat.
It will not end in the defeat. United win
or draw.
Wow. You'll be here on Monday now.
United win or draw.
Because I'm saying that it's not going to end in a draw. It's going to end in a defeat. In a very scandalous defeat.
They will beat them like thieves.
You will be looking for ground by the
time you come. They beat them like thieves.
Why you come here and give this analysis is given? Man City, he had them. The same Manchester City lost in the midweek to a team that's winning.
Nottingham Forest, are they not struggling?
Arsenal. Compare Nottingham Forest.
Everybody thought last week that
Arsenal was going to win because all their players, they had them available, most of them.
What I'm saying today is not about what happened to Arsenal. Arsenal have a better record. So if Arsenal they have a dip against Nottingham Forest, you can compare it with Manchester that's always in a dip. You've been having a very good runs of game. You meet the Aston Villa of this world that has been winning 11-10 games. They stop at Aston Villa. Okay. Then they have the draw at Nottingham Forest. You think that makes you look at them in the eye because you beat a dying Man City. They also lost in the midweek.
This season, if you look at United's record, with how terrible they are against some of these top sides they've been having, when nobody expected United to win, against Newcastle, they won. Liverpool won. Chelsea Football Club, easy. Man City continues. Easy. Did they not win?
That's why I said, man, you know how to play
big team. So far, has it not been happening?
It's not about they don't know how to play grudge match.
Even the Arsenal, the first round one game. Arsenal against United, their first round one game. Fine, Arsenal won, but we saw how it was really tough for them to defeat United. Now we have a manager who understands the game, plays the captain at his position, not like a manager that is not experienced, coming from Strasbourg. We have a manager that is top now, he understands the game, he's been with the team for a long time.
The CV of Chelsea manager compared to your manager is not the same. The CV of Chelsea manager compared to your manager is not the same. This is a manager that has led the team to Europe and still sitting at top of Europe before he left the job. Came into Chelsea. Your manager is not even a manager; he's an interim manager.
There's possible penalty appeal for Manchester City. They might be going up to 2 goals. Let's talk about this now before we go to La Liga. Now, Bam Bam is the one everybody knows as Leo Messi of this place. But you were saying it on Thursday that I should not bank and rely on Bam Bam. But yesterday, when we came back from the Jumat prayer, we were talking outside about the game, and everybody unanimously said one person they trusted to finish Yosba on Tuesday is this guy here, Bam Bam. And I said, Daniel has told us that they say, Daniel.
Well, to be honest with you, we also line up with the people.
Okay.
Who said you should trust him?
But you said it on Thursday.
Let me land. Because I like it when I prepare ground for where people will fall. So, Melody FM is trusting Bam. Let's pick it in front of the page. Front page. Bam Bam. Melody FM superstar is going to lead us to face Josba. I just hope after 90 minutes or after how many minutes of the game, it will still be the headline of the game. And it won't be for the wrong reason. I like when people don't trust me. That's why I belong to Chelsea. Underdog. Always going out there to cause the shock. I like it.
Okay, wait, when was the last time you trained?
As my last appearance on the field, is that what matters?
I thought you wanted to mention it. I thought you wanted to say yesterday or something.
No, okay. We talk about appearance. There is a difference between club appearance, international matches.
When was the last time you trained?
You're asking when was the last time I trained?
Yes, now for a football game.
Are we setting ourselves up against our opponents?
No, we are not. We are putting fears
watching this.
No, we are putting fears in their mind. When was the last time you trained?
When was the last time I trained?
Yes.
As a footballer.
I know he still trained this morning.
No, he didn't train this morning. That's one of the funny things.
No, he might not have kicked the ball, but
he saw my kicks. I have a football of my own. I have
AI posting.
He's seen it. It's in flesh now. You can see it. It's in the studio now.
Okay, you brought ball.
Everything.
He brought ball.
I have a pool kit, not football.
Yeah.
So when you talk about my appearance, you are challenging my professionalism.
What wing do you play?
That's the problem.
I played number 8. And it's very funny when he was telling me this morning that he also played number 8. I said, no problem. Play whatever you want to play. See, the truth is, it's about Melody and Josba. I don't want to be about Bobolan.
It's not supposed to be, because you guys are on the same line.
He's the one making mouth. I told him that I don't know how to play football. I just happen to have football.
I asked Daniel. In fact, I'm even surprised that Daniel mentioned that he plays number 8. I asked him, what position do you play? He said, Bobola, you know what? Just give me the ball. I love to be with the ball. I'm like, is that a position?
See, that's it. Now, he can say that now because he's on here. He likes to lie on here. The truth is, when the day comes, I don't even want them to start me.
Hey!
I want to be the guy who comes in and let's see what he will do. Let's see what he will do. I like to sit down on bench and maybe Josba is leading by 1 goal or something, and maybe whoever the manager just look back and underrates me and like,
okay, just enter there.
Just enter.
Okay.
And we'll see what the ladies will be saying. I like to play for the ladies.
Okay, play for the ladies.
I like to play for the ladies.
And the ladies were the ones that were telling me outside yesterday.
Exactly why I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm ready.
It's all good. The ladies, we'll see what happened there that day. I hope they will not mock you. Let's go to before La Liga, the Casina United and of course the Plateau United game is goalless right about now, halftime scoreline. In La Liga, Rayo Vallecano, they've played Osasuna, and of course they were beaten at home by Osasuna, 3-1 that game ended. Valencia and Espanyol playing right now, the 19th minute, it is 1-0 in favor of Valencia, and Sevilla and Athletic Club will be playing later. And that will be at 6:30. While Villarreal will host Real Madrid, yes, at 9 p.m. Let's talk about this game. Villarreal, Real Madrid. Can there be any? Right now, Real Madrid seems to. They've had 2 games, both in the Champions League and in the La Liga, and they did massively well. Whereas Barcelona, they cannot really say the same thing. So, can Villarreal do something against Real Madrid?
Villarreal too, they not like they've been top this season. I don't want to even talk about Villarreal, any other team in La Liga, because we know eventually it's going to be between 2 teams. But Real Madrid, in recent times, they've also been going up and down, but they look like they found a balance, but it's still not a balance for me yet until you've gone on to do it for 5 games and all of that. So they are in a very good place. I think what's happening with Man United is happening to Real Madrid. The players feel like the person in charge now understands their pain and is also coming in with shoulders. I think this is one of the things that will help these new age footballers. They want a manager who wants to come and feel like, you know what, guys, I want to play to your energy. That's what Arbeloa is doing to them. He's not the kind of manager who comes in and tells Vinicius Junior, you're my favorite, or Mbappe, you're my favorite. He's just giving everyone a level playing ground and wants them to be free. And that's what we saw against Levante and, of course, in the Champions League in the midweek. So Villarreal, I think it's going to be a very tough game. But eventually Madrid needs that point. But more than ever now, they are close to Barcelona. And the Barcelona side, we know also that they are not consistent as well.
Definitely.
So the way it looks in football world now, it's all about how you can pick points consecutively, not one off, one on. You win today, you win tomorrow. They won against Levante. Villarreal is the next test. I believe they are very well prepared for it. And if you look at the way they run riot against Monaco in the midweek, I feel like it's going to be easy for them to win against Villarreal.
Yeah, for Madrid, I think their performance against Monaco, that 6-1, it shows that Arbeloa is trying to do something with the club. He's trying to show workings now. Because when he started against Albacete, they lost to a side who is not even in the Spanish La Liga. And afterwards, they went to Levante. For me, that Levante performance wasn't top-notch. And heading to Monaco at the Champions League, where they wallowed them 6-0.
Yeah.
And for Villarreal, they lost their last 2 games. For Real Madrid, they always have it easy against Villarreal. I don't even remember the last time Villarreal defeated them. So, for me, Madrid, with the momentum, what happened against Monaco, 6-0, I still think they will carry that momentum. Just like Daniel said, they are close to Barca now. Just 1 point behind Barca. So, I think...
someone said Barca might end up losing this top spot to them any moment from now.
I think they are more, to be honest, they are a more serious side at the moment because they have a battle. Barcelona didn't have any battle. They don't have any crises. In fact, they are the one enjoying everything in the Spanish La Liga. I think that made them relax a bit. But for Real Madrid, they are running through everything. The problem with the club owners, there are people who are chanting that the president should leave. Florentino Perez, a sector of the fans wants him to leave. The managers leaving the club. The players rancor between them. Too many things happening in Real Madrid. And they are trying to find a balance. Arbeloa has come in, and maybe he's trying to talk the players out of the politics of the game. Like, don't care who is the face of the club, don't care who is the manager of the club. Let's just help Real Madrid as a team that we all dream to play for. I think that should be his message because that's what it looks like. For Barcelona, they've got talent in their hands. They've got comfort as well. And I think it's actually affecting them at the moment. They are very comfortable. They've got a manager that they feel like nothing is going to affect his future. Everybody is comfortable as Barcelona, so there's nothing charging them until they want to face Real Madrid.
But the fixtures nowadays, I don't know why how this fixture always pans out like this because Real Madrid seems to always be playing first before Barcelona.
Yeah.
Because they are playing today. Barcelona will play tomorrow against Real Oviedo. That one everybody knows is to be a straight victory for Barcelona. So if Real Madrid win Villarreal tonight, it means they will be 2 points ahead of Barca. Won't Barca be having serious pressure going into the Real Oviedo game tomorrow?
It boils down to the Champions League because Real Madrid played first against Monaco, then Barca played on Wednesday, so it's all about the rest time. So just like you said, it will always play out. Yes, for Barca, it will give them that edge, that fighting spirit.
Our enemies have won.
We have to win. And they are playing Real Oviedo. Real Oviedo currently they are the least.
Everybody's having those ones.
Well, easy right there. So for Barca, just like you said, it will give them that easy momentum. Maybe subsequently, if Barca will play first in the Champions League and Real Madrid will play maybe Wednesday, that's when it's going to be easy for them to at least do a catch-up. And maybe if Barca, they are playing the top side, maybe like the likes of Atletico Madrid and what have you. So for Barca against Real Oviedo, it should be easy.
Yes, it should be easy. All right, for other games to wrap up the match day in La Liga, Deportivo Alaves will play Real Betis and Real Sociedad hosts Celta Vigo, and of course Atletico Madrid are playing Mallorca. The man with the most secure job in the world, talking about Atletico Madrid coach. No matter what happens, he will always have his job. Nobody threatens him. Nobody gives him pressure. Okay, in the Bundesliga tomorrow, as we speak right now, Bayer Leverkusen playing Werder Bremen. It is 1-0 for Bayer Leverkusen, leading in the 55th minute. Bayern Munich, as well as you expect, they are beating Augsburg 1-0 right about now. Eintracht Frankfurt playing 1-1 with Hoffenheim, and of course FC Heidenheim against RB Leipzig. It is goalless at the moment, while Wolfsburg are losing at home to Mainz 05. Wolfsburg are beating Mainz 05 at home, 1-0. Later, Union Berlin will be playing Borussia Dortmund in the German Bundesliga. To wrap up the German Bundesliga for the week, tomorrow you have 2 games. Borussia Mönchengladbach taking on VfB Stuttgart, and Freiburg are taking on FC Cologne. People will tell you there's nothing much to talk about in the Bundesliga. It's always tilting towards one particular team. Abi? Is it not the general belief?
Even we that we're in the Premier League, we're tired of Manchester City, and we are so much unanimously agreeing that Arsenal should win it.
Everybody says.
I mean, instead of Man City to win, because it will be very embarrassing if Arsenal slip off again.
I'm telling you,
Man City still walk into that space, and then Guardiola now bow out saying, "Yeah, I came, I saw, and I conquered."
In the Serie A, there's something going on right now. In the 47th minute, Como beating Torino by 6-0, and I'm wondering, Hazard now, Como beating Torino 6-0. Just look.
I just pray that Alonso will not happen to Fabregas.
Wow.
Sincerely speaking, Alonso was having a kind of party as well in Bayer Leverkusen. It was the very first season. It was the very season he had a breakthrough.
Yeah.
That Madrid came.
Yeah.
The second season he went with them, he was distracted. He just had to struggle through that season for them. Like, let's just see through the season. Because he felt like, oh, Madrid job. I'm sure he was spending most of the time watching Real Madrid. Thinking, how am I going to manage these players? And his team fell apart. So the same thing should happen. I'm praying should not happen to Fabregas. Because I feel...
Everybody is like, he's a good coach.
What is done at Como, we know Spanish guys have a very good reputation of, becoming good managers. And we've seen great managers come out of there. So we can say he's come from a very place where being a very good manager is very, very easy. But you must give it to him what he's doing with Como. It's not Atlanta, it's not Napoli. It's Como.
I mean, Como
brought them from Division 2.
I'm telling you.
Now, they are not fighting to survive relegation. They are fighting to enter Europe.
Exactly.
They will not the Conference League. The Champions League spot is where they are fighting to enter.
Exactly.
And if he stays at this club, he gets the support he needs. Because I remember how he get to the club and he wasn't really, the money was not there. He was signing old players. Signed Morata, signed, I think, Sergio Busquets. Signed a lot of players like that he could get. Signed even Rafael Varane from Man United to just help the team and build. But most of those guys could not stay because they were not fit enough, to be available for him. Then he went for younger players. This guy from Real Madrid, he started gathering players. And he's built a team that is very solid. The system is engaging there. The players love to play for him. So I just hope that tomorrow, Real Madrid or Barcelona will not say, as Flick is no more good for us, come in Fabregas. Because eventually, these big guys don't have the patience to wait for these young managers to grow. The same thing happened to Frank Lampard when he came to Chelsea. Not like he was a bad manager, but big clubs don't have time to wait for the process. Plus, the camera will always be in front of your face.
Exactly.
So if you lost this game to Como that they play today, it won't be the headline.
Wow.
So but it's incredible what he's doing.
Okay. Now, this man, Antoine Semenyo, has scored the second goal for Man City. It is 2-0 now to Man City. They're about wrapping up the first half. I mean, we knew this was going to be a beating, like a thief thing. But it's just starting 2-0. Let's see how it goes. This is Semenyo's first Premier League goal for Man City, right? Because his first goal was in the Carabao Cup. Yes, so he scored his first
That's how they do. You see now, when we say Guardiola is not, for me, rated as others rating, if there's no Semenyo now, that's why we say Man City is still sovereign. He knows actually how to get what he wants, and they always come to his rescue.
Okay.
Because at the back of his, at the back of his line now is Maguire. If it's not Maguire, then I don't think he'll be getting the result he's getting today.
Okay.
So this is not a manager.
Okay, Fiorentina, Cagliari will be playing later. Lecce, also Lazio will be playing. In the Ligue 1, Reims are playing Lorient. Of course, Le Havre will be playing AS Monaco, while Marseille will be doing battle against Paris FC. And these are the games today in those two. Okay, for tomorrow in the Serie A, all other games will be concluded. Where Sassuolo will take on Cremonese, Atalanta take on Parma. Of course, Genoa taking on Bologna, and Juventus taking on Napoli, and of course, AS Roma taking on AC Milan. That should be a game. That should be a game to watch out for. AS Roma, AC Milan. Bamba.
Yeah, AC Milan and AS Roma.
Yeah.
For me, AS Roma, they are still dominant. Their last game against Como, for me, that's the only team recently that has been able to show Como that they are not mates, where they defeated them 3-1. And for AS Roma, they've been getting wins. But one thing about AS Roma is they're not scoring goals. And for AS Roma, they will just win you 1-0. For me, I don't think they are ready to compete for the Scudetto right now. AC Milan looks like a team. They've got a very good team. Loftus-Cheek in the middle. There's Pulisic. There's also Luka Modric. So they're a team that would want to compete for the Scudetto. Napoli is there, Inter Milan. But for me, AC Milan, for what happened last season, how they were not able to qualify for the Champions League. Now, I think they are prepared. So against Roma today, I still think AC Milan will dominate AS Roma. Yeah.
Okay, that will be tomorrow. That's the game for tomorrow. Okay, looking at your messages now. Yes, we've taken some of them earlier for the predictions. Of course, let's quickly look through the remaining ones we didn't take earlier. Let's check them out. And of course, this one. Joe Smart Williams says, well done. Thank you. Henry Adeyinka says, watching you from Oyo up Inter Milan. Thank you. Bishop Joe says, good afternoon, sir. Nice work. And Prosperous Undefeatable says, hello, good afternoon. Well done, guys. Thank you. Aaron Yahaya. Okay, Aaron Yahaya says, well done. And of course, Shemido Riadini says, well done. Thank you. Joe Smart Williams says, well done with the preparations of the anniversary. Thank you. And Henry Adeyinka says, the sanction imposed on Remo Stars, reacting to what we said earlier in the MPFL, says, are essential to address the increasing incidence of hooliganism within the MPFL. Although they may seem severe, they align with the pressing requirement for re-enhanced security and, of course, a better management of supporters. The effectiveness of this sanction will hinge on Remo Stars' commitment to enhancing its security measures and the NPFL's ability to enforce similar standards uniformly across all venues. I believe the club has a period of 48 hours to contest the ruling, as we said, yes. And because what is... this one says, which games are we predicting? Pretty, you are still owing me one prediction award. Henry Adio, this is your prediction award. Daniel, in fact, when you came in, what was the first thing I asked you?
Yeah, I mean, it was this very question you asked me. And we've told Mr. Henry to please, if he can get us with a link of the very, prediction, because it's a lot of programs that happens in Melody FM. You can't pinpoint the dates. To be a lot of search you'll be doing. So if you can just help us.
Giving you the money is not an issue.
Let's know the date and we trace, the link, the very exact date, yes. We go there, we pick the prediction.
So, Bam, Daniel, all of these predictions for this afternoon, let's pin it, all right? So
yes.
So if we can screenshot, because I don't want a situation somebody will be saying he has won when we have not settled. No, we are not Onigbese here. Okay, we say it the way it is and we give you, it's not today now. For 1 year, we've been giving you money here, I'm telling you. Thank you so much for being part of it. Of course, let's wrap it up. Bam. It's a painful one that you're not going against each other. You're in the same team. Yeah. But it's like this boy called Daniel.
No. After match, there's match now.
Tomorrow you will hear, when I will call people here to come and see what they said outside yesterday about you.
No, I want them to call them after the game.
Okay, after the game. You are so confident.
I'm not confident too. I'm just very humble. But I don't know how to play football. I just happen to have boots. And
when I leave here, I want to go and see your kit.
I don't actually use the normal one that people.
Someone just I won't tell you the name of the person. Yeah. He just called me and said, okay, hello, post Daniel, status Daniel, ball.
Yosba don't know. They don't know what's coming.
Okay.
I don't want to tell people to make my word.
So Yosba, you've been in trouble. For Daniel to have been doing all of these things.
Oh my God.
And Daniel also know what that thing he used to do when Chelsea wanted to play. Have you gone home?
I was out on the show yesterday.
Okay, it's true. You're not here. In fact, even this one, you came halfway. Okay.
Still going back after